Let's talk about lead generation or prospecting. I believe realtors are still the best possible target for any of your activities, so I'm going to focus directly on them during this presentation. First, how do you find them, right? Don't just go to any open house. Don't just drive by around the weekends looking for those signs to find the right candidates. Be strategic and tactical. We use a system called MyMTA to source data on our realtors that we would pursue. This is the perfect thing for you to do to find what realtors you should target. Once you've pulled your list of realtors, like I pulled the top 100 in Orange County, now it's time to narrow that down, because you don't want to go after every single person on that list. Trust me, there's some nightmares on there that you don't want to waste your time talking to. So you need to vet this list. The first thing I would do is connect to your branch manager, connect to your friends, your title reps, your escrow reps, people in the business you know, and start understanding who these realtors are. The second thing you can do with MyMTA data is you can drill down their past history and you can see who they are using for their lending services. Some situations you'll find they use one person, sometimes you'll find they use a ton of different lenders, but this data is very, very helpful in setting you up for success. Once you have this list and you start to drill down, I often find targeting these realtors via their social media and their websites is a great way to learn about them and their history before actually going out and prospecting them. Finally, take this list of realtors and put them into Salesforce. This is crucial to have them into your CRM system so that you can set up a consistent follow-up mechanism to surround sound market to these realtors that you're targeting. Now that you got your list, the action starts. There's only one way, and I will repeat, one way to earn business from a realtor. It's not marketing. It's relationships. That's it, guys. Until that realtor trusts you, they're not going to give you any business. Their hard-earned lead is not going to fall to you until they like you and trust you. And guess what? There's only one way to establish trust. Trust is earned. Think about it. In every relationship you have, trust is earned over time, and trust can be damaged and trust can be broken. But how do you build trust? Well, if you know somebody who knows somebody, you can build trust through referral. Because if someone likes me and knows me and they trust me, they're going to tell their friends, hey, I trust this guy. I instantly build some credibility. But if you don't know anybody who knows this realtor, if you're going in out completely 100% cold, there's only one way to build their trust. Consistency. Guys, this is the linchpin of prospecting, is consistency. You have to work extremely hard to be consistent. And guess what? It's not just consistency in marketing. That's a piece of it. Your monthly mailers, your handwritten thank you cards, all those things you can see on the screen, those are pieces of consistency. The big one, the number one, is how many times you can get face-to-face with that realtor to make a positive interaction. That is the secret. Now notice we're talking about prospecting, and I haven't brought up sales or selling at all. It's not about that. It's about building a relationship with somebody, and you don't do that by smashing them in the face with a product offering or how smart you are. You do that by showing up and being present and validating to them that you are working. That's all it takes. Time. Again and again. Let me tell you a story. When I first started prospecting, I had my list of top 100 agents in Orange County. I didn't whittle it down because I was an idiot, and I didn't ask for anybody's advice. I just charged bullheaded into it. And there's plenty of realtors on the list I didn't want to work with. But there was one that I'll never forget because I met this guy 4 times in a row for 4 days in a row. He was on my list. Look, the only way you can meet people face-to-face, there's 2 places, right? Broker previews and open houses. Now, you can go to their office and walk in on them. I don't advise that. That, to me, feels like selling. I'm trying to build a relationship. So I'd go to broker previews and open houses. Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, I went to this guy's broker preview. I introduced myself. I made sure they knew who I was. I didn't sell. I didn't have a flyer. I just dropped a business card on the pile, said, hi, nice to meet you. Saturday, I went out and saw him again. Sunday, I went out and saw him again at another open house because this guy was a monster producer. On the 4th meeting, he looked at me and he goes, Alec, are you going to just keep walking into all of my open houses? And it freaked me out. It freaked me out. I was 23. I was massively insecure. I didn't know what to do with that. And I said, yeah? And he laughed and he said, good. It took my last loan officer 2 years to earn my trust and get my business. Keep it up. It took me 6 months. Are you paying attention? Because this is the secret. It took me 6 months, not because I'm an amazing salesperson. I'm not. I was able to see this person face to face over and over again. And in a 6-month period, I didn't become Alec the loan officer or Alec the salesman. I became a trusted companion in arms. I became somebody who he would say hi to and be excited to see. I never slammed him with a flyer or a presentation. I never asked for a meeting because it wasn't appropriate yet. He didn't know me. I don't like taking meetings from anybody unless I know you or someone refers you to me. Don't call me for a meeting. You're not going to get it. And that's how it was with these guys. And all of a sudden, the trust was there, and I started to get the questions. What would you do with this kind of scenario? How would you handle this? Hey, I had a customer who was turned down. Could you talk to them? And little by little, that trust grew. And now I was able to execute and perform and validate that I earned that trust for a reason. That is how you prospect. And that's it. It sounds simple, right? Wrap marketing around them and go see them face to face as often as possible. That's the secret to prospecting. And the reason it's hard is because, forget the awkward part. It's not awkward to go say hi to somebody. If you can't do that, you really can't exist in sales. The awkward part is being so consistent and dedicated that no matter what, you're going to be there face to face when they're working. When they're in an open house or a broker preview, you're going to be there. That's the hard part. Very easy to say, hard to do, because you'll make an excuse. You'll get busy. I got a loan. It's breaking. It's blowing up. Ha! None of that matters. Never matters. You need to get out and be face to face with those people. If you do have a loan blowing up, probably because your system wasn't good. We're going to go there next on loan flow. But you need to be there face to face with those people in the street working with realtors when they're working, period. Okay, here's your bonus segment. There's little tips and tricks around what I've been talking about, of course, right? Let's give you a couple of them. The first one, realtors only have 5 ways they say no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ways they say no. The first way they say no is they say, I got a guy. That's a great one. By the way, what's hysterical about my process of prospecting, I never sold anything. And they would still come at me with, I got a guy. I'd walk in there and say, hi, my name is Alec. I'm a lender. And they go, I got a guy. I go, I didn't even ask to, wow, fantastic. I didn't even throw a flyer at him. Got a guy's a great one. You need to have your canned response for those, right? Because everyone's going to have these same 5 rejections. The second one is, I use my in-house lender. Fantastic. That sounds wonderful. I'm sure you do. The next one is, I don't refer. This is an interesting one because either they're lying because most realtors I know that are very, very competent control the process as best they can. So either they're lying or I did meet someone that actually did not refer out, and because they got burned. They got burned and they were so sick of lenders that burned them that they just said, you know what? The control's not worth it. I'm just going to tell all my customers, no thanks. Last one is no, I just don't like you. I'm not going to use you. I very rarely got that one, a couple times, because most people aren't rude. They're not going to tell you that, but they're going to think it. They're not going to tell you that, but most are not that rude. And the last one is, I'm a listing agent. I don't refer. That's my favorite, because my best agents were listing agents. Do you know why? Because they controlled that property. Do you know what they hate? Prequals that don't mean anything, that ruin deals. You go into it, they're basing this whole transaction off your prequal. The good listing agents always had me cross-qualifying the customers to take care of their clients. Always. All right, I'm going to leave you with 2 things, okay? First, and probably not most important, but very important, is always be yourself. Okay? This is important because there are realtors out there you don't want to work with. Trust me. You don't line up to them. You don't engage with them. You're not going to like their style. So don't pretend to be somebody you're not when you're prospecting and interacting with these people, right? Be who you are. And then secondly, if you're looking for a way to connect to people, there's one book you should read. One. And it is one of the most amazing books. It's been around forever, and it's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. You got to go read it. It'll give you everything you need on prospecting. I'm not a good salesperson. I was able to get face-to-face and make connections with people that turned into relationships that actually mattered and gained trust. Okay? I didn't sell anybody anything. I just showed up and did the work. Read How to Win Friends and Influence People. Let's repeat and close, okay? Here's the deal. Make a list of the top 25 to 50 actively producing realtors that you want to target. Put them in your CRM. Follow up with them with monthly marketing and touches on social media that are appropriate. And then finally, go out and see them and meet them face to face over and over again until you build trust through consistency. And then you can start engaging them in the sales process, which is delivering products and services that you're masterful at. Okay? Do you get the order? Build trust, then sell, and offer up solutions and products. Okay? That's it. That's prospecting. Do that every week, non-negotiable, no matter what else is going on.